WALLZILLA finally is done. If you don't know what WALLZILLA is, it is a 14-foot long media center that I started back in October in my old shop. And the reason why it's called WALLZILLA is, well, I think you can figure that out. This whole video is basically going to wrap up the project and going to show everything else that happened. I had to take a little bit of a break from filming for some other reasons, but we're back now. Let's jump right back into it and get going on the drawers. All of these maple drawers were completely made with solid wood from rough sawn lumber, so I had to joint, plane, mill, glue all of the parts in order to make up these drawer boxes. Now, I really didn't have the time or the energy to completely dovetail. I think it was a total of 10 drawers. That would have taken way too long. So instead what I did was connect the pieces using screws that I was able to use on the drill press, and because those screws were then countersunk, I could then plug those holes, cut it flush, sand it. That turned out really nice. And there were several traditional elements that were incorporated into the design of this, and one of those was on the drawer fronts, where kind of like a classical profile, I think is what it's called, and a raised panel bit, and those two together made up the drawer fronts. And because I like making things extra challenging for myself, all of these drawers and the cabinet doors that I did for this project were all inset, which means that the door sits actually flush with the face frame, and there's a reveal that goes all the way around, and it's like a 3/32 to an 1/8 of an inch gap, and you have to get that just perfect in order to have that equal reveal. You can tell it's completely custom. You can tell that the craftsmanship is there because of all those equal reveals. And the pocket doors, like I said, were also inset, which was pretty cool, and it has the same classical profile as the drawer fronts. And the function of these pocket doors is to open up, slide back, and allow the desk to pull out and have a fully functioning office essentially, and then you can close it all right back up. And now here you can finally see WALLZILLA taking its shape in all of its glory, and it is looking fantastic. And I don't know, it kind of made the shop feel cozy for those couple of days I had it all together. And the whole reason I had to put all of the parts together and have it, mocked up completely in the shop was to pre-cut all of the dental molding. As you can see right here, I'm pinning it on and getting all those cuts finalized. That way I don't have to cut everything when I actually go to install. And the dental molding is another one of those traditional elements that got incorporated into the design, and it just looks absolutely fantastic. The molding that I was able to find thankfully was proportional to the scale of what we were making, and that just worked out really well. I was able to go to the hardware store and pick that up, and the dental molding turned out incredible. Now, I didn't get too many clips of me painting because I didn't want to get paint or any spray on the camera. I just kind of kept it off to the side, but I did get a couple of clips in between, and I had to set up an entire spray booth at the front of the shop over here, and that was a first for me, really. That was a first. It took a week to spray this entire project because I had each piece rolling in and then rolling out, and I just kind of cycled everything through like kind of in a snake pattern, because I think there were like 8 large pieces, and then there were all the drawer fronts, all of the shelves and the doors, and a lot of parts basically. It was actually pretty enjoyable. I mean, there were some times where it was 12:30, 1, 2 a.m. when I'm here spraying everything. And because I know I'm probably gonna get asked this, I think I did 2 coats of primer and then 2 coats of a urethane trim enamel, I think is what it's called. And I think I used maybe 9 gallons and then maybe like 5 cans of paint. And now this is where you can totally start seeing this come together with the solid maple drawers in contrast to the nice white paint. When you open those drawers and put those drawer fronts on, it just looks amazing. Now, I didn't end up actually filming the installation process. It would have been too much. So instead, I do have some awesome final shots that I will be sharing in a second. Installation overall went smoothly. It took, I think, 2.5, maybe 3 days to do in total. There were a few hiccups here and there with trying to get parts together, and just trying to get it, finalized. And also a huge thank you to my brother for helping me install this. It would not have been possible without him, and I'm so thankful for his help. And I'm so pleased to actually show you the finished result of WALLZILLA. I'm glad that it's done. I'm glad that this video is now going to be out there to complete this project, and I look forward to seeing your guys' comments about the project too. I'm excited to actually have a setup workshop. I barely had any time to set up when I first moved in here, and took a little bit of time, got everything set up, and it's nice and ready to work. So with that said, let me know down in the comments what you think of this project. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.